What's going on, everybody? We are back, man, with another edition of Heart of the City. We are at Heart of the City 134, and hey, man, got a lot to get into tonight. We talking Yankees, Mets, trade deadline coming up. Gonna get into that. Hey, it's almost football season is almost here. Some of the training camps start today. I believe the Jets and Giants will be at it next week. We're going to look into some training camp battles. Going to talk a little football here tonight. And also, got a brand new culture segment for you. Stay tuned, man, for all you lover boys. We're going to get into fresh new top five. But, Coach, what's good with you, man? How you feeling tonight, man? Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the panel. Shout out to Pat in the back. It's good.
Yeah, I'm good, man. Just taking it one day at a time, keeping it moving. That's about it, man. How about you? How you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good, man. I'm maintaining. Just been grinding, getting through these dog days of summer. Waiting for some football, man. Waiting for some more basketball to come, waiting for some college. I love baseball, but it's a drag. So we're going to get through it, though. But all that being said, man, we're going to hit the intro. We're going to come right back with it. Heart of the City 134. I gotta change that. But I'll get that fixed. Let's get to it.
Ricey K, the Raisin Man.
Coming back with it, man. Appreciate y'all for tapping in tonight. Coach, yeah, man, it's been slow, but we are getting football coming up here soon. And Jets and Giants, for the most part, it's been kind of quiet, not so, but on the field, both of these teams, man, they got a lot to prove. Baseball wise, man. Yankees, Mets. Quite honestly, I don't like the way neither of these teams are looking. So we're gonna tap into that. And again, man, basketball. As far as the Nets are going, as far as the Knicks are going, Summer League is over, but moves are still to be made. People still waiting on this LeBron James thing. So, I mean,
I love it.
So, but yeah, we got a lot to get into. We're gonna do a little around the city. Gonna make this kind of quick, man. So let's hit it. Let's hit these blocks, man. Let's see what's going on out here and around the city.
I want the power, but I want the level of respect first. Said I want the power. but I want the love and respect first. Yeah, I want the power, but I want the love and respect first. Yeah, I want the power, the love and respect first.
All right, man. Let's get to it here. Gonna start here with. Let's start with the New York Giants. Why not?
New York Giants.
All right, Giants D tackle Darius Alexander named a breakout candidate by ESPN, and he's gonna have to break out. He's gonna have to break out, Darius Alexander, because there's no Dexter Lawrence here. You know, they got DJ Reader, they got a couple other guys, man, but third round pick, you expect him to take a leap in year 2. We had the pleasure of meeting this young man, and I do think he's gonna shine this year. You know, all those pieces on that defense, hey, be a lot of opportunities there for you, big fella. Go hunt, man. Make you some money. Let's go to the Jets real quick.
New York Jets.
So, Jets training camp. We're gonna get into some of these training camp battles here for the New York Jets. And again, this is another team that's got to take a jump come this year because their head coach is on the hot seat. Yeah, it sucks to be on the hot seat after one season, but it is what it is. Sticking with the Jets and the Giants, I do want to share this. Jets and Giants players among those urging the NFL to keep the grass fields after the World Cup. You've seen that beautiful grass they was playing on and at the World Cup. And those players want to keep that because the shit they've been playing on has been getting people hurt out there. I'm just saying, man. 10 ankles up. So, yeah, I would want to keep that going as well if I were the Jets and Giants players. All right, we're going to switch to, let's get to some NBA. Let's go to the Brooklyn Nets here.
Brooklyn Nets.
Let's guard Yegor Doman, named by ESPN as the best sophomore in the summer league. Yeah, like I've been mentioning here on the podcast, there's been a lot of growth in this young man as far as him attacking the basket and, you know, drawing fouls and getting to the rim more. You know, even the article says it. You know, he was almost just a set shooter behind the 3-point line and rarely taking it to the rim. But now he has demonstrated that ability to do that. And the Nets are going to need him. The Nets are going to need him, Mikal Brown Jr., and some of these other young players to take a step forward. Let's go to the Knicks.
New York Knicks.
All right, Liam Robbins, Knicks big man here, played in the summer league, and again, 7-footer, 27 years old. The Knicks need a backup big man. Remember, they lost 2 of them, Hakporti and Mitchell Robinson. So, you know, hey, if you got somebody on the roster and you don't got to go out and make a trade or go out and try to go get a big name player, I mean, hey, I think, you know, development is key in all sports, NBA, MLB, NFL. So if you got guys that have the ability, you know, hey, why not? Average 14.6 rebounds and 3 blocks knocked down a couple threes. So not too shabby there for the young man. Let's see if he can improve on that showing in the summer league. All right, let's go to the Yankees.
New York Yankees.
So Yankees split a doubleheader today with the Pirates, winning game 1 losing game 1 5-3 and winning game 2. I believe it was 2-0. Yep, 2-0 right there. So Max Fried is back for the Yankees. Yankees getting 7 Ks from Fried in his return from the DL. So we're going to talk a little bit more Yankees a little bit later on. But let's go ahead and see what the Mets did today.
New York Mets.
All right, the Mets lose to the Brewers 4-3. I mean, this team is just, trash. I don't know what else to say, man. They lose every goddamn fucking day, it seems like. I mean, yeah, I got the Yankees. Let's put this on the screen so everybody can see how bad of a squad the New York Mets are right now. 43-60. 43-60. They ain't going nowhere. And it ain't no real answers. Ain't no real answers coming through for the Mets. So I don't know what to tell them. I honestly don't. But let's go to some hockey news.
NHL.
So again, we talk about Igor Shesterkin, and he's gonna need a backup goalie. The guy Dylan Garland, back there. Yeah. So it's gonna be Garland and Kara Spillo battling it out for the backup. But I agree with this article. Shesterkin's got to be better. He's got to be better than both of them. He can't just go in there and be what he was last year. They're gonna need him to step up and not lose that spot, because this is important for the Rangers here. All right, Devils, second round pick Mattis Vajahainen committed to play hockey for Boston College. All right, so he's going to play NCAA hockey for another year after being drafted. That's odd. I guess that's a different rule in hockey. Yeah, okay. So, 18 years old. He's picked 37th overall. So, yeah, he'll be playing in Boston College for a year before he goes up to the NHL. And the last thing I had here, Peter DeBoer's impact on the Islanders. That's the Islanders. Former Islanders Carl Cutter believes Peter DeBoer's biggest impact during his first full season behind the bench will come from restoring the team's structure while allowing its top offensive players to continue producing. So Clutterbuck is endorsing the Islanders head coach Peter DeBoer here. Islanders got to be better too. Very disappointing in hockey last year for all the teams. But that's going to be it for Around the City. And back to you.
I want the power. but I want the love and respect first. Said I want the power, but I want the love and respect first. Yeah, I want the power, but I want the love and respect first. Yeah, I want the power, the love and respect first.
All right, man. Let's get back at it. Check it out. Coach, training camps is coming up. I know you are hyped. Want to talk some football here with you. But before I do so, got any comments on anything I said and around this?
Here's one thing. To start is with the Devils and the player going to Boston College, remember, NIL money comes into play now. So you can probably make more money in NIL money, because he's a second rounder. So there's more opportunity to, and then you know what? Now I don't know if he goes back into the draft after coming back, or if he has to stay like in baseball, you have to stay 3 years before you can re-enter the draft. So, but I'm and Boston College has a very, very good hockey program. So it's more than likely it's NIL money. He's probably going to make more money there than he is going to in the NHL. So why not? And I'm not mad at you. Go get that money. So go get that money, play hockey, get it, and start your education. That's the best of all those worlds there. So, as far as the Igor Denman, because you've been talking about it. I talked about it today on the Pick and Roll podcast. I mean, I keep telling people don't sleep on the Nets. Now I'm not saying they're going to contend for a championship in the East, but it would not surprise me if they're in contention for a play-in spot, because that back end, do I think they can compete with the Charlottes, with the Chicago's, teams like that? Yeah, I really do. Now if this team can gel, then they're gonna definitely surprise some teams. And as far as Liam with the Knicks, when I read that article, I was just like, it sounds like he would be a good fit, especially after when they offered whatever CC with Dallas. He's a young player that Dallas matched. So it's like, where are you going to go from there? Because nobody's trying to trade with the Knicks anyway. So, which makes sense. You don't want to.
They won the chip. They want to help them out, especially the Eastern Conference teams, because they all scrambling now. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody see that the power is not all in the West. The East has some teams too. So I honestly think it's pretty balanced, to be honest with you.
Yes, and that's
I don't think it's one leaning one way or the other. I think it's about even. I think it's about 4 or 5 teams in the East, about 4 or 5 teams in the West that could
win it all. Yes, and I've been saying the East is a lot better than everyone. And all I keep hearing is the West can walk away. Well, you just saw the Knicks, beat the Spurs 4-1. It's not like it was a 7-game series. It was 4 games to 1. And then the rest of the East outside of Atlanta, and Atlanta, really, it was the Knicks played bad, and then Atlanta won both those games by 1 point each.
But think about that, though. Atlanta, who was the 7th seed, right? Or the 6th seed, gave more of a challenge to the Knicks than the number 2 seed. Yeah, because the Knicks was then the number 2 seed in the Sixers. Because the Sixers beat Boston, which you know what I'm saying was shocking. But now that the Sixers actually, which is weird, like they beat you and then they took your fucking star player. Well, they didn't take him; they traded him to him. But again, that's just odd. Like, why would you trade your best player to the team that beat you in the playoffs? That is
for only
crazy.
2 first-round. Because if Mikal Bridges, come on, let's be real. Let's talk straight. If Mikal Bridges got the Nets, how many first-round draft picks? And Boston is only getting 2 first rounds? And you're talking about Mikal Bridges and Jaylen Brown. Now, I know for a damn fact Jaylen Brown is that much better than Mikal Bridges. So it's like, come on, boss. I mean, come on, Boston. What the hell are you doing? It's like, all right, you know what? Whatever. I mean, we won the chip, so that's all I care about anyway in the end. So, but
Iman, salute. Danielberry Sport, salute.
so,
Yeah, man, that was wild. But let's get to some football, man. We could chill out tonight. We could talk some football, man, because that is really mainly what's going on in sports right now. Summer league then calm down, and the baseball teams are just fucking
hey.
So let's get into. We'll start with our Giants here. What are some of the training camp battles you're looking forward to, Coach? As I pull up the depth chart here,
It's always going. You know where I always start. It's where the real men play football in the trenches. I'm sorry. You know, you got to get down there and you got to scratch, you got to claw, you got to punch, you got to kick. I mean, you really got to battle your opponent each and every play. It's not like being on a wide receiver and a defensive back, do a little shimmy moves and run up the sideline, and you're really not fighting each other. You know, seriously, I mean, the amount of times, because you think about it, and if you have an offensive line that's out there every play on the offense, they're hitting somebody every play. So, you know, defensive linemen, I get it. Sometimes you get the rotations, but, you know, their job is to throw themselves into the opposition, you know, create some type of, you know, collision course, you know, move the line of scrimmage, and then get after the football. So, I mean, to me, that's where I'm looking at, you know, and I'm looking at all positions, even the tackle positions, you know, not saying Illuminor and Thomas, you know, I'm thinking somebody's taking their spots, but who's behind them? And, you know, yes, is it Bo? You know, is it Davis, who they just drafted? Is it someone else? I mean, you know, and of course, what's happening with the left guard spot? You know, I mean, because Harbaugh wants to be a physical team, and you know, between Runyon and JMS, you know, it's like that left guard and that center is not power. Now, technicians, finesse, angles, that type of stuff, yeah,
they'll be a really good pass blocking unit.
Yeah,
I think they will. Run blocker, I'm still skeptical.
You won't be in three spots. I'll say that. And you know what? Jermaine, he's not a power runner, but he knows how to move the defensive line.
Right side, I think they'll be good. The left side, I'm like, yeah. Andrew Thomas is a good run blocker, but he's not a power run blocker, like you said. And then Runyon is more finesse. We know what he is. And then you got JMS.
So that's that. You know, I'm looking at, and then of course on the outside, on both sides, the receivers and the defensive back, the cornerbacks and the wide receivers. That's really where I'm like, I will probably focus in first before I start looking at the rest of the position groups.
No doubt. I tell you one spot that I'm kind of looking at here, and that is, you know, Cave says the linebackers, but I'm actually looking forward to, you know me, Coach, like I be on the wide receiver shit, yo. So Calvin Austin, Berrios, what happened to Olszewski?
He's injured. That's why he brought in Berrios.
That's right, he got hurt. So it's him, it's Calvin, Juju, Berrios, Darnell Mooney. You know, I'm thinking out of this, because the outside guys, I believe, would be Neighbors and Slayton. I know people hate Slayton, but he's starting. I don't think they're going to put Mooney in there over him if he's healthy. But I think that slot spot, you got Calvin Austin, Mooney, you know, Beckham Jr., Berrios, Juju. So it is really, really crowded there at that slot wide receiver spot. And then the depth behind that spot and the depth behind Neighbors and Slayton, like I said, Malachi Fields, I'm kind of putting him to the side because he's on the roster. We know what he's going to do. We know what spot he's going to be playing, kind of know his role. He's going to kind of start out, maybe limited snaps, some run block and some package type stuff until he gets his foot in the NFL. But that other wide receiver spot is crowded, and then we don't know what's going on with Neighbors. You know what I'm saying? There's so many conflicting reports. First, everybody's like, "Oh, he's definitely going to be out first few games." Then you got Harbaugh and them saying, "Nah, he's on schedule. He going," you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, I don't know. If I had to guess, I think he misses a couple games. I don't think they're just gonna slap him out there week 1 against Dallas. I could be wrong, but I don't know. So we don't. That's kind of muddying up things too. So I just wonder, Coach, who you think has the inside track on that spot, as far as that slot so-called spot is concerned? Because we know our outside guys are going to be Neighbors, Slayton, and then Malachi Fields.
I actually look at Mooney more to the outside right now, and I think Austin is starting. I think Austin has the number one chance to solidify the position. Like I said, Mooney, I think you're going to move him because if, like you said, Neighbors is not playing, you're not going to want him.
And he's the other outside.
Yeah, you're going to want him to put him on the outside.
But I'm saying if Neighbors is there, then he's going to have to. I feel like he's going to be in the mix for that kind of slot backup role.
Okay, then that's different. Yeah, you'll go that route. So, and then it's a battle between those two for the starting spot. But they'll be heavily used in the rotation. So. And Mooney, I think, is going to be used more, especially if Neighbors. If you're going to put him on a restriction limit in terms of plays, then I can see Mooney also stepping up more on the outside because I think he gives you versatility there. He can play inside and outside. So
he can.
So but yeah, if everyone is a go, then. It's going to be Mooney or Austin, and then we'll see from there who would get the start and go.
Another position that I'm looking at, Coach, is cornerback. Because look, man, the cornerback spot is been troublesome for the New York Giants. You know what I'm saying? It has been. And they weren't good last year. Paulson Adebo, Banks, then they got Newsome in there, Phillips been okay. He's played well, but I'm excited about Colton Hood. I want to see what he can do out there. I want him to get one of those spots, Coach. I do. I want our second round rookie to beat out either Paulson Adebo or Greg Newsome / Deontay Banks for one of those spots. I don't care who get the other one. But I hope, now if he don't, okay, cool, he's a rookie. I'm not going to trip. But it will be encouraging to see him actually step up, and you can beat out some veterans for a starting spot. We might have somebody moving forward. You see what I mean? I hope that, if it don't happen, it's not a big deal. Sports Cars, salute. Appreciate you tapping in. Hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't already for the Aboriginal Sports Network, and myself on Popular Opinion Sports, as well as Coach Ed's Sports. Colton Hood, talk to me. This cornerback battle. What you thinking?
I mean, first, as far as Hood, I mean, there's some tools there. There are definitely, skill set there. So it's more about the development in the scheme, and they're fitting into, what they're trying to do. Or conversely, are you bringing the scheme around their skill set? So does your scheme allow you to, cater what you want to do towards, their skill set? Case in point, Deontay Banks. We knew when he was playing under Wink, Deontay was playing very well. But you changed the scheme, and he seemed totally lost. And now if you're kind of going back to something similar to what Wink ran, does that mean he's stepping up? Hood kind of plays that same way. So yes, I understand where you're coming from in that thought. But so did Paulson Adebo. Remember, he's a press man type of a cornerback. So does that also fit him? So every cornerback that we're talking about seems to fit this system better than what we've been running the past couple of years.
Mm-hmm. That's true. Hey, this system, I think, is going to be much more in line with what Wink ran, and it's going to fit our personnel better because these are the guys they was drafting for. They was drafted for his system. They wasn't drafted for Shane Bone's system.
Exactly.
So it's just weird that Brian Dable even want him but that ego shit.
You know what I call him?
Yeah.
He's nothing but a Napoleon. That's how I look at him.
But yeah. All right. Last thing I want to touch on before we get to the Jets with the Giants is everybody talk about it, so we might as well hit it. Cam Scatterbo. So everybody's freaking out about Cam Scatterbo. I heard. I want to make sure I quote people correctly. I heard not first take. What the fuck's that show called? Sportsmanlike. The guy on there, I think Evan. He specifically said that Cam Scatterbo is a bad influence on Jackson Dart. Now, tell me, Coach, tell me how this works. Me and you cool, right? And you going out doing flips, drinking, partying, or whatever. Does that mean I'm doing it too?
Of course not. Of course not.
Does that mean that I will start doing it just because I'm your friend?
No, of course not. Look, I know. First of all, I know Evan. I know Evan Cohn. I watched on Sportsmanlike. He's the one that Canty and Michelle are more. Come on, settle down.
They don't like the Giants. I know they don't. They don't. They don't like the Giants.
Canty does. Canty does, and Nuno is a Giants fan.
Chris Canty's a flip flopper.
He calls it like he sees it. He's straight. He does this to Dallas. He does this with Baltimore. He does this with the Giants, the three teams that he played for. But that's neither here nor there. The point I'm talking about, Evan is the one that goes. He's kind of like a little Mike Greenberg. You know how Mike Greenberg is. So he kind of makes things bigger than what it really is. Now, obviously, I'm not going to sit here and say that he's a bad influence. But like I said, they have that. I said it to you before. I said they had that like they're still in college type of thing. But realistically,
I tweeted it out. But you seen my tweet. I said that college frat boy shit don't get you professional respect.
Exactly. No. So and that's the thing. It's like, but in the same token, it's like sometimes when you're a year, 2 years out, when you're in the regular world, even still, you go out, if you're in the same area with your college frat brothers or whatever, you go out, hang out a little bit, and do some little stupid things. Look, I still think about when I was their age, I was doing some dumbass stuff. So, that's why. But again, you have to grow up and you have to become professionals. Now, Scat, he's a little bit different. So that's all I can say, because doing them, now I didn't even see the clip. I heard about it and I was just
I
like,
seen it. He backflipped and he kind of slipped when he landed, and everybody, oh, he got hurt.
Yeah, exactly. So look, but don't forget, perception is reality. So, things like that makes Giants fans panicky. That's really what it boils down to.
Yeah.
And you know what? He's young. He's gonna think, look, I'm doing me. I'm living my life. I can't stop being me. Just like Jackson Dart said, I'm gonna be me. And sometimes I'm like, look, but sometimes you just gotta. I get it. You want to get in the wrestling scene and
be fucking with them though, Coach, bro. They do it to Carter. They do it to Dart. They doing it to Scatterbo. That's why people don't want to play here. Stop fucking with these kids.
On the flip side, look at and I'm trying. What I'm getting to is just like with Jalen Brunson with the Knicks, and he goes into wrestling. The media, they understand he's just putting on a little show, and that's the thing. You got young guys versus a grown ass man who's put in his time and his work and his dues, and now he has his respect. Where you have these young guys who haven't really earned the respect, but they're acting like everyone should bow down and respect them in a sense. I get it. They're talented, but you know what? Look, you got to know when not to put your body in harm's way. I get it. I said it before. Look, man, don't play scared. I live by that theory. I can't play scared. I can't coach scared. But when you're outside, there's some things that, you know what? Yeah, I'm like you, the rest of you guys. Look, some of the stuff you can't put yourself in. But yeah, you can slip and fall coming out of the damn shower and hurt yourself. So,
you say it all the time. You get hurt anywhere.
Anywhere. So, but in the same token, don't be foolish. So,
yeah, it's. They don't like their attitude. But what's weird, Leaf, what's good with you, man? Appreciate you tapping in. What's weird, come on up, Pat. What's weird, though, is the fact that the fans, like, they want this star power in New York, but then when the guys come in here and act like stars, they don't like them. They did it to Beck. They do it to all these dudes, man. And it's like, this is what y'all want,
or is it extreme brashness? There's a difference. Yeah, I'm sorry, Pat. Go ahead. You asked
in line, but yeah, go ahead, Pat.
Where's the brashness coming from?
No. I said
no. I'm just asking if people are considered brashness, where's it coming from?
Okay.
Where's it coming from? The dudes just went to a wrestling match and the dude been backflipping since he been here. That's what he do. He does backflips.
JPP.
So now, so now,
was it JPP or what's the dude I'm doing
that's
backflips?
How JPP got here doing So now he's a bad influence on Jackson Dart because he backflips. He hasn't been in trouble with the law.
No,
have you seen Scatterbo in any type domestic violence situation or anything like that? No, you just seen him being him, just going to games, yelling, screaming, and having a good time as a young man who's just got into the NFL. Now I can see if you say, hey, you'll calm down on the backflipping a little bit. Okay, cool. That's understandable. We don't want you to get hurt. That's like a basketball player going to the rucker. He going 100 miles per hour. Only ones that got away with that is people like Jordan, Kobe, LeBron, Durant, people that have established that. We get it. Now, if you want him to stop backflipping, okay, cool. But don't say he's a bad influence on Jackson. What is he doing as a bad influence? Is he in the street sloppy drunk? Is he? What has he done besides being a kid?
To add to the conversation, it is kind of a double standard, and it's kind of like, I think the lady Michelle, she brought this up. Gronk was doing that shit. Gronk, all them dudes be doing that shit.
On the street,
fucking Kelsey,
yeah,
man, them dudes be going crazy out there. So, because it's New York, because it's the Giants, and because, like Coach said, he's just gotten to the league, he's wrong.
But what has he done?
Nothing bad.
They don't like
he
him.
did a backflip on the stage. That's what he did.
It's certain people that come here that New Yorkers just don't like for whatever reason. Now they want this, like you said, brashness. But when Daniel Jones was here and he was all quiet and shy, it was, sure, man up, do something, man, be a man, be a leader, step up, be voiceless, brah. And then when Jackson Dart comes in here and he giving you that rah-rah shit, Cam Scatterbo giving you that rah-rah shit, now they need to calm the fuck down. That's what I don't like, the double standard shit from the fans.
But what makes it even worse, NYG, to your point, what brash things have they done? Jackson Dart ain't went to the media and said, I'm the coldest MF on the field.
They not sitting in their crib, shutting up, just doing nothing. That's what they want them to do.
Here's one thing I will say, since I've been a Giants fan, the longest of us.
True.
Most old school Giants fans are very conservative. I'm gonna be brutally honest, they are. If you want to say they border on being prudish, they do. And they don't like today's generation of players. That's why they didn't like OBJ. That's why they don't like the attitudes that you're seeing with Jackson Dart and with Cam Scatterbo and some of the things that Abdul Carter has said. Because, yeah, that's why I said, is it they don't like the brashness? Because to them, that's brash. To us, we could look.
Brash?
Yes, to some of them. Look, for us, for me, that's just confidence, man. And to me, there's confidence and a certain point in being arrogant. They're like right there. Brashness, they're all right there. They're all right there. But a lot of old school, because I'm telling you from experience, I've heard them say it. I don't like that stuff. I don't like that stuff. Now, look, I can't talk to the younger crowd now because I know some of them. I've heard some of them on some of the spaces. I've seen the tweets. I've heard it, all the different social media platforms. Yeah, it's out there. Some of them follow their parents who, are conservatives. And I think with Cam Scatterbo, the flipping, I'm only referring to the back flipping. They're worried about the injuries. And they're scared that, with that, you're being a little bit too brash, which is what you can probably hurt yourself. Where I'm like, well, if he gets medical clearance, because you don't think the Giants know what he's doing, and they talk about that ahead of time and say, well, you can and cannot do. This is in your contract. And let's also not forget, contracts come into play. Yeah. So there's certain things that in your contract, you get hurt, and you losing money too. So, and I think the Giants were okay. Because it was at a wrestling event, if I'm not mistaken, right? So, it's scripted. And when Vince and the Giants, let's be real. There is that, I don't want to say brotherhood, but they're familiar with each other. So I'm like,
So, not to cut you off. Were you
done? No,
you
good.
Go ahead. And I'm gonna get off so y'all can continue the show. But you're asking a kid that has been backflipping his whole life. His whole life. One of the reasons why you drafted him, because he's athletic and he's a little bull. And the kid is having fun. Like, he's literally he's not going out partying and drinking in the middle of the street. He's not causing any mischief. He's literally got, and he has a huge relationship with the quarterback, the guy who's going to be handing him the ball off. Do you see how sad and mad he was when he got hurt? Jackson Dart, it's like he lost his best friend, and they really are getting to be best friends. So when it comes to New York, like NYG says, no, I'm not from New York, but these guys are a little bit hypocritical.
Yes.
You can say that they're old school type guys.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. But you were young once. You went out to bars and you hung out and did dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? You're just not in front of the camera.
What those players were doing back then.
Back in the day,
that wasn't being filmed and talked about on
your
social media.
greatest player in your franchise history was playing games high.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
And not to be petty, I'd rather him be doing backflips than riding on an ATV.
Good one, Pat. Good one. Very good one.
Yeah, McKinney.
So if there's a certain clause in his contract where it says you can't backflip at all, I think you need to leave that kid the fuck alone, man. And let these kids to develop into the players that you want them to develop in, because that's a real relationship. That's real synergy on that field, because when they both were on that field, it was hype. Let's keep it a buck. Those two dudes, whatever they got, is good because they play off each other. So now you wanna just squeeze the. I don't get it, bro, and I could keep going on. That's why I'm gonna go back.
All I can say is this, man. Because if I'm not mistaken, John Harbaugh said, "Oh, he missed the landing," so he's making light of it. So he's not even.
Harbaugh doesn't give a damn. But these fans,
that's the point.
Really
that's the point I'm getting at. In the end,
good, right?
We know. Look, I'm gonna look at John Harbaugh. That's why I take the lead from him. Fans don't do that. I'm a football savant. I am. I'm looking at the head coach. I'm listening to what he says, and I'm reading him. So then I'm going to read the team and see how they're. And he's okay, and he's building that trust. But he's also, I think, if he says, "Hey, Cam, tone it down a little bit,"
Cam would immediately.
All right, coach, I got you. And I think Jackson Dart will be the same way.
Immediately.
Tone it down a little bit. I don't want to pull the reins on you completely, but tone it down. And they'll both be like, "Okay, coach, we got you." And that's going to be it. But fans, but like I said, I've always said this. I said, in this day and age, when you have fantasy football, now you have betting, and you have all this other shit, I think some fans, not all fans, I'm not going to put every fan in this category. So please don't come at me talking about you saying the fans. No, clean the wax out of your ears and hear what I'm saying. Some fans have ulterior motives. And that's why they go out and they do this shit and they say this stuff, excuse my language, because they have ulterior motives, because they're either putting money, heavy money, whatever the case may be, and they worrying about losing some serious money. I'm going to leave it right there.
And one last thing, Coach. These fans are going to get exactly what they want again, because guess what? Your owner listens to you to a T. So guess what? You keep saying the brashness of Jackson Dart and the brashness of Cam Scatterbo. Guess what you're going to hear? "Oh, John, I think you need to bring the reins in on Jackson Dart a little bit. He's not acting like Eli. He's becoming too out there. Cam Scatterbo, he's a little too wild. You're going to have to ring him in." And guess what? You're going to take away their best asset. You're going to take away their best asset because that's what they feed off of. And I'm going to leave it at that. And you're going to get exactly what you want again. But go ahead, NYG. My bad, bro.
Nah, you good. Good convo. We're going to keep this going too on Giants Conversation. We'll be back on there next week. But let's get to the goddamn Jets, because those goddamn Jets. All right, Jets camp battles. So we can pull up the article for this one if you want to. Let's see here. All right, cool. I got you. All right. So wide receiver starts here with the wide receiver position, and they got some cats. They got some cats. Of course, Garrett Wilson, he's the number one. But then you got Adonai Mitchell, Omar Cooper Jr., Arian Smith, Tim Patrick are the top four who will compete for the highest possible standing on the depth chart. Each comes with a to the table with a completely different background. So we kind of know these players, Coach. Me and you, we study some of these guys. Who do you think has an inside track on that number two spot?
I would say it's Mitchell because he's more of the vet over Cooper. I mean, Patrick can. There's something intriguing with Patrick, but he's still. If you want to say he's probably a fourth or fifth receiver in the group, Cooper. It just look. What do you develop with him? Because if he develops, he's going to be that number two. He's going to be that number two, hands down. But Mitchell,
is he starting a slot though?
No, Cooper will probably start in the slot initially before transitioning. But Mitchell, especially with his speed, I mean, because that's his greatest attribute, his speed. So he can stretch the field. So it will help the offense in the long run. So I think right now he has the chance right now to be the number two, and you have a veteran quarterback. Because you say what you want about Geno Smith with his off season. If you protect Geno Smith, he could sling that ball, and he has a cannon to get that ball downfield. And he will love Adonai. He will love Mitchell. He will love throwing that ball down the field to him because he's going to stretch the field. And if we go back to Geno with his first thing here, he loved throwing that ball down the field. So and I remember him in West Virginia. He loves throwing the ball down the field. Yeah. So Mitchell gives him that opportunity. He's just not consistent. Doesn't always run the right routes, drops balls, things like that. But if they hone him in, and of course you got Garrett Wilson who can help him a little bit. I would think it's Mitchell going to be starting at the number two, with Cooper probably the inside track to be the slot receiver. But like I said, I don't know. It's in my head. I'm like, Patrick. I'm like, he's intriguing to me. I mean, he reminds me of one of my former players too. So, but he was like a fourth, fifth receiver also. So, but that's just my thought.
Yeah. I think I'm with you there on the Donnie Mitchell. Donnie Mitchell, second round pick. Omar Cooper Jr., first round pick. Garrett Wilson, first round pick. Was the second round? He was first round pick, right?
Wilson is second. It was a first round.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, out of Ohio State. Yeah,
Ohio State. So, bro, they got talent on the wide receiver spot position. You got three really talented guys. Like you said, Tim Patrick, he ain't no scrub, and then you got Smith in there.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I think they got something here. They got something to build on here with this wide receiver group. And I'm with you. If I had to give the nod right now, I give it to Mitchell. RLAS, the unofficial depth chart for the Jets, has Omar Cooper Jr. in the slot. So he may start in the slot and possibly transition to the outside. But then you got the running back. Breece Hall will run the show. But then you have Braylon Allen and Isaiah Davis behind him. And then they got Nawugo. Oh, these names, boy. But yeah, they got those three cats. Who do you think has the inside track on them? I really like Braylon Allen. We liked him coming out of college. Who do you think has an inside track, though, between him and Davis? Who would you give it to?
Allen. It's probably going to be Allen more than likely, yeah. Higher draft pick than Davis also. He's a lot more. They both run physically. even though Allen is a lot bigger than Davis. I mean, I remember Davis at who's he at South Dakota State, and with the Jackrabbits, and he runs tough. So
he's more of a pass catcher right here. It says offensive coordinator Frank Reich has a history of prioritizing running backs in the passing game, and Davis has a noticeable edge over Allen in that department.
Yeah, catching the ball, but we're talking about running in between the tackles, and
Allen.
Yeah, it's going to be Allen. So, but yeah, Frank Reich does like to use his backs to catch the ball. So, but hey, look, I think he can use all three of them, to be honest with you, on occasion. Not Allen as consistently, but, get him out there sometimes, get him a little check down. He can still get you something, because you get that big behemoth in the flat with a little quarterback. So, so we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah. I think you use Brees Hall in between the 20s. You use Allen in the red zone. You can throw Davis in there, on some third downs and catch the ball for you. So I would use all three of them too. All right. Let's see what else they got here. Tight end. Oh, this is gonna be a good one. Mason Taylor, because they just got some tight ends. I ain't gonna hold you. Mason Taylor had a promising rookie year. They still got Jeremy Ruckert, who I like coming out of college. And then they added Kenyon Sadiq, first round pick this year for the Jets, who had 3 first round picks. Says Sadiq needs development in his route running and inline blocking. Taylor should be the favorite, but that could change if Sadiq shows up in camp looking far more polished than expected. What's your thoughts on that battle between Taylor, Sadiq, and then you got Ruckert in there?
He's right. He's right about Sadiq. Because that was one of the biggest things with him was his blocking and his route running. Taylor did have a good rookie season, and he's coming back to year 2. It could be, Taylor 1, Sadiq 2. Rucker's definitely going to be 3, but, and it also depends on the game and the situation, your game plan. But if we're just calling it equal across the board, I can see them going with Taylor first. Now, if Sadiq comes in and he adjusts well, he's much more talented than Taylor. He definitely is much more talented. And Taylor is no slouch. He definitely can play. It's just Sadiq is a lot faster and a lot more dynamic, with his play. So
what about his run blocking though? Because the Jets are gonna be a run heavy team, I feel like.
Sadiq is not gonna be to start, he's not gonna be counted on to run. You got Jeremy Ruckert, who probably is going to be a better run blocker. So you got 2 tight ends who you can use in the run game.
And that's what I'm thinking. Those 2 tight ends, when they want to run the football, they might have Mason Taylor and Jeremy Ruckert out there.
You can even go 3 tight ends at time, and you can flex Sadiq out and give like a 12 personnel look. So, it gives you 3 tight ends. You can put them in like a double wing and then flex them out or motion them across, go with it. If you got Wilson out there solo and then bring him out there, and how does the defense adjust? Are they rolling the safety down to look at him? Are they running a cornerback across with? So now it's like, okay, now you're reading, and you got a veteran quarterback who's going to read that. So now that's why I've been saying, look, to people who poo-poo the Jets, they're going to be 3rd or 4th in the AFC East, and they're going to be in the bottom. And look, I'm not going to sit here and say they're going to win AFC overall, but they're going to be much better. If you tell me they win anywhere from 7 to 9 games this year, it wouldn't surprise me. It would not surprise me. So, and I haven't looked at the schedule, so I'm just saying, based on the talent, and with the tight end right here, man. This is a good tight end group to have. I wish the Giants had this.
The Jets could be like, I feel like the Jets season could go like, those old Arizona Cardinals teams and Miami Dolphins teams. They wasn't good, but they'd always win like 7-8 games somehow. You'd be like, man, how that team winning that many games? And they trash. You know what I'm saying? I think the Jets will probably be one of those teams. You'll look up and they'll be 7-9, 8-9. You'll be like, how? But,
exactly.
Yeah. So last one, what's good with you, Blaze? Appreciate you tapping in, man. Always, man, supporting us. I appreciate you.
It's coming up, Blaze. I told you earlier, it's coming up. Trust and believe.
Oh yeah.
With the culture, he always tunes in for the culture.
Yeah. We're gonna get into it here in just a little bit, but all right, quarterback. This is the last one I'm gonna do here on the Jets. Now we did all offense. We need to go I got some defense in here. Hold on. I want to talk some defense.
Yeah, because you just did past cornerback.
Cornerback. Here we go.
Cornerback, and then you got edge after that.
Edge. All right, so we'll do those two because we ain't worried about the quarterback. It's gonna be Gino's job. So every spot, perhaps it could be said that Brandon Stevens is a near lock to retain his starting spot on the outside. But after season which he allowed 8 touchdowns and recorded no interceptions, yeah, I don't know. So they went out and got Sean Wright, a ball hawk, Azare Thomas, who we spoke to at the Senior Bowl, 3rd round pick, has promise. And they selected D'Angelo Pounds, so who I also like. Believe he'll be a slot corner, 5'8", and then they got Jarvis Brownlee Jr., tenacious tackle and an excellent run defender. Well, he like a damn. Remember that dude that was for the Giants? Used to always get them penalties and shit. What was his name? Oh my god, he used to kill us, bro.
There's so many. It's so hard.
Slide cornerback, man. He was just on the team.
Number 30. I know who you're talking about. You always get a penalty on 3rd down.
Darnay Holmes.
Yeah, Darnay Holmes.
This is Darnay Holmes. That's who Brownlee Jr. is. Darnay Holmes. So they got Darnay Holmes' twin out there. But what do you think about this battle here, Coach, between some of these cornerbacks? Of course, you got D'Angelo Pounds and Brownlee going to battle it out for the slot. On the outside, we're looking at Stevens, Thomas, and Stingers.
And Thomas. Yeah, Thomas Wright and Stingers and
Stingers.
First and foremost, they can only go up from here because it can't really get any worse than that.
Yeah, 0 interceptions.
Yeah, 0 interceptions.
The whole season. God, dog.
I have to admit, I've never heard of that. Not just in the NFL. I mean, at most levels, you at least get one interception.
Right.
So, to not get one, wow. Nothing. So, but as far as the cornerbacks, I mean, the first thing I think is what type of impact, to be honest with you, does Minkah Fitzpatrick have to help them get them in positions? Because I think that's where it starts right there. And then the front pass rush, in pass rushing situations, what type of pressure can they put where maybe the cornerbacks now will capitalize? That's why is a boom or bust, right? Because now if he's a ball hawk and you can get pressure on the quarterback where the quarterback has to get rid of the ball quickly and he's right, making a play on the ball, then, that can create the turnovers that you want. But in terms of their coverage skills and their ability, that's where it becomes interesting. So is it going to be Thomas? Is it going to be Wright? Is it going to be, what's his name from last year? You just said it too. Scroll
Thomas,
back up.
right?
Yeah, Thomas.
Stickers.
No, Thomas. No,
Thomas. Azare Thomas. Yeah, Azare Thomas.
No, scroll up a little bit.
Stevens.
Yeah, Stevens. That's what I'm talking about.
Stevens. Yeah.
I would think it's going to be Stevens, and they're going to give Wright the first chance, and Thomas came in as a 3rd round pick last year, so you really go after, you try to boost up your draft picks more than anything. So But I think in the end, Stevens is probably like he said, he's probably a near lock because he's the most veteran and but the 8 touchdowns really
God,
concerns me.
dog, like
That concerns me, man. Cornerback. I mean, all right, if you gave it 3, 4, maybe 5, I'm like, all right, man. It's but some things you got to work on. But 8, that means everybody's saying we coming after you. That's a concern. They're like, especially if they get in the red zone, they're like, we coming after you. And as far as you got to play with some confidence because can't be worrying about it. So, but I'll say it's going to be Stevens and Wright to start.
Stevenson, right? Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
sounds about right. I do hope they give our boy Isaiah Thomas a shot too, though. Isaiah. All right. Edge room. Here you go, coach. David Bailey, of course. They got him out of there. They got Joseph Osai, Will McDonald, and Kingsley Egnagbre. What do you think about that group?
It's a good one, or it has the potential to be a very good one. Because the whole thing is, can you put the offenses in passing situations where, and then you can just start rotating defensive ends out there. It's like that can get after the quarterback. That's really what it boils down to. They have the talent that can be there, and that's going to be the biggest thing. And like you said, David Bailey stopping the run is a concern. That's why I said pass rushing situations. So I mean that's going to be the biggest thing. Like defensively, they're going to need to stop the run. And
I think that's the worry here, because right here is even saying Bailey, he's not a great run defender, and neither is Will McDonald. So, Osaya, I guess he's more
balanced. Yeah,
balanced. You think about what the Giants got with Kayvon Thibodeau as more of a balanced edge, and then you got your 2 speed rushers, or just pure edge rushers, and Burns and Carter. So
Burns is a veteran, where Bailey and McDonald are young players. So that's the thing that that's the biggest thing. So because I'm looking at, I'm like, they got pass rushers, they can get after you. So don't sleep on them. So they can. And your scheme also will play somewhat of a role. How do you position them? How do you use them? Do you send blitzes on occasion with them? Things like, all of that comes into play. So I'm intrigued.
Yes, definitely. As I mentioned about the Yankees earlier, we're gonna get to a little baseball per my topics. So trade deadline bold up predictions. Little MLB news here. So Tigers will trade Scooble. Let's see if we can find some Yankees and Mets news. So the Mets are going to be sellers here, as they should be. I mean, so the ready to sell Mets could own the pitching market thanks to their rental starters Clay Holmes, Freddie Peralta. Remember, I talked about Peralta. And then their rental relievers AJ Minter and Brooks Rowley, and controllable relievers Brazoban and Luke Weaver. The Cubs and Mets are trade partners, are a trade match made in deadline heaven. So the Mets being sellers, is that the right move? I think it's the right move.
Yes.
And
Mhm.
How can this team rebuild? I need to do, you know what I need to do? I need to look more into the MLB draft. We do all the other drafts. We need to start looking more into, I will start looking more into the MLB draft, because like I feel like this team needs to load up on some young talent, because the veterans they got just ain't cutting it.
I'll say this about the MLB draft. It's long. It's
Yeah.
long. So it's like
The season is long, so I imagine how long the draft is.
Yeah, so but you actually the Mets be sellers, yes. And I think from my understanding, other than Juan Soto, everybody's up for sale, even Lindor. No, now I'm not saying anyone's going to take his contract, especially with his production right now. But yeah, you need to do everything you can do to get some young talent, like you said, into your farm system. You know, you're going to end up having a new manager. So what type of structure is he going to put in play for all the players? So but yeah, I think the Mets need to be sellers.
Yeah. So we'll see if they get rid of Holmes and Parata here. Possibly could go to the Cubs, Pat's Cubbies. So all right. Next up, let's see what the Yankees says. The Yankees will make at least 5 trades. 5. Oh shit. The Yankees made 7 trades at the deadline in 2025, 3 in 2024, 5 in 2022, and 4 in 2021. This makes my next bold prediction not feel so terribly bold. The Yankees will make at least 5 trades between now and the deadline. And to be clear, I mean trades that add players to the MLB roster, not minor league shuffles. They'll bring in a catcher who they need, 2 relievers, a bench guy, and something else entirely. A busy deadline in New York is coming. So we're looking at Yankees and the Mets possibly being real busy here at the trade deadline. Coach, do the Yankees need to make at least 5 trades? Are they that you see what I mean? You see what I'm getting at? Are they that hurt? As far as I know, they injured. Giancarlo Stanton's supposed to come back. We got Max Fried back, who pitched excellent today, shutout. And we got Cole back. The big one here is Aaron Judge. And it's because now they transfer him to the 60-day DL.
Mm-hmm.
So he gonna be out even longer. You might not get this dude back to goddamn late August or September. That's damn near the whole season, coach. Like, and he wasn't even playing well when he was here. And look, man, I'm a big Aaron Judge fan. I said they should have signed him. They made the right move. He's an all-time player. But he hasn't got it done in the playoffs consistently, and he's always hurt. Like, I know it's your body. I know some things you cannot avoid, but it's really starting to get to a point to where it's like, okay, man, what are we doing here? You got Stan, who's always hurt every year, Judge, who's always hurt every year, and both of these guys combined are making, $500 million. Coach, are they that far? Are they that bad off? This Yankees team?
Well, I mean, just because you need to make 5 trades doesn't mean that you're a bad team. It just you're filling certain holes. And in this day and age, number one, you got to look at the Dodgers. You can't go up against them with some holes in your organization. So you got to make sure you come in there ready to compete. That means if you got to make 5 trades with what you already have, you're basically saying you think that you have what it takes to compete with the Dodgers for the championship. That's how I have to look at it. I don't look at it as they're because you're getting 5, you're a bad bringing in 5 different or doing 5 trades, you're a bad player. You know, like you said, you need
No, I'm
you know
just
a
saying, are they
catcher.
that far off from
The
really
Dodgers
contending? Is what I'm saying. Yeah, are they
to
that far
compete
off
with the
from that?
Dodgers, yes, yeah, they are. I have to be honest, they are. Um, Now we know we need relief pitching in the catcher,
In a
but
bad way.
yeah, but you know you also need reserves. You need guys on those occasions that come in and do something to whether it spark the team, get them going. Yeah, you need that. So I do think like you said, you need 2 relievers. You need a bench guy, and do you bring in another starting pitcher? I would say no because we have pitchers that are coming back from injury, and I think we have what 5, 6 who could be starters. I think you're moving possibly one to the bullpen because I forgot who it was that they said that they might be moving to the bullpen. That's just coming back from injury, but
Oh, damn, it's not Rodon.
no, it's not Rodon.
Oh,
It's not Schittler. Um,
yeah, I don't know who else would. There's so many players hurt. Like fuck.
Yeah, that's the thing with the Yankees. You got so many, and it's not just one position; it's all
Yeah.
positions. So, um, trying to remember who it was. The rotation after 2 months. Yeah, I can't remember, but still, and the point is, you got to compete with the Dodgers.
Mhm.
Yeah, so yeah. Outside of Judge, I mean, I'm comfortable with the outfielders. Judge just helps make them that much better.
Okay.
Um,
So what about this here? This concerns the Yankees and the Mets. This is an article from Yahoo Sports.
mhm.
Um. So Yankees. Let me get this banner down there. Yankees and Mets predicted to make a trade here for San Francisco Lindor. So the Yankees give them Carlos Rodon, Anthony Volpe, and Jason Dominguez for Lindor. You doing that?
No.
Now, yeah, I don't think I'm doing that either because Rodon is a starter.
Mhm.
Volpe is one of your rotation players, and your Dominguez was a player who they were high on. He kind of cooled off a little bit, but he's a young
Lindor,
prospect.
it's about Lindor for me. He's not worth that. I just can't do it. He's not worth it to me.
For 3 players,
For these
potentially
3
starting
players, yes. Especially Rodon.
Mhm. Like,
Rodon.
yeah, we can't. I don't want to lose too much in the pitching right now because the pitching's been good this year finally,
Mhm.
and the starting pitching. I mean, that bullpen something else, but I don't want to lose that starting pitcher because then you got to start moving bullpen guys to starting spots
Mhm.
and vice versa. So I don't want, even though Rodon's not the greatest, he's still a major league starter who can give you some solid innings. So Volpe, I don't really care about too much. Dominguez, I would like to hold on to, but for Lindor, I don't know. 32 years old, ain't looking good this year. Plays for the Mets. Think I'll pass. But all right. That's all I got for baseball. And we're gonna get in the culture segment now. We're gonna move this show right along tonight. So let's get this down. Coach.
Mhm.
Top 5 teenage crushes. So when you were an adolescent, you know, we all watch TV, we all listen to music, we all sing stars out there. A lot of beautiful women, you know, and this is just for fun. This is not, no, hey, yada, yada, yada. If you want to go into what this star did, and we don't do that over here. We just looking and talking about the people
who you had a crush on,
who you like before anything else, when you was back at that age. You see what I'm saying? Not what you know now as a grown man, you know what I'm saying? Or not what she looks like now as a grown woman, per se. Because a lot, I will tell you, like, okay, she was way more better than back then. So, things like that. But just want to clarify that. Y'all chime in the chat. Pat, we can get your reaction afterwards if you have some omissions, anything. And let's go ahead and kick this thing off, man. Top 5 teenage crushes, coming right back with the coaches segment. Let's do it. All right, man. Back at it, man. So, I'll go ahead and go first. I always forget, but
no, I went first last week.
Yeah, I think you did. So, all right, I'll go ahead and start it off. So, top 5 teenage crushes. So, again, Smilers, who I like, and this is tough. This is really, really tough. When I thought of this, I wanted to smack myself. So what the hell are you doing? But we're going to get through it nevertheless. Now, again, this is women back in the day. I tried to get pictures of how they used to look. So, okay. So, all right. Let's kick it off here. We're going to start off with number 5.
Number 5.
This is Rachel True. Rachel True is Mary Jane. And yes, I do love Mary Jane. That Mary Jane. But not that Mary Jane. But this Mary Jane. Rachel True. Rachel True, I used to love. Half Baked is one of my favorite movies. And this woman right here, that's like a picture of her now. Like, she's still like that. She is still like that. Now, a lot of you might not heard of Rachel True, but go look up. Google her right now. And she gonna look just like that. It's amazing. But yeah, I'm in love with Mary Jane. Just playing. Let's go to number 4.
Number 4.
I know this one. This is Jada. Jada Pinkett, not Pinkett Smith. I'm talking about Tupac shorty. What Tupac was messing with. That's the baddie that I'm talking about. Yeah. Whatever. But she still looked fine. And she was real fine back then, and everybody was like, "Yo, Jada." She, Poetic Justice, like all these movies, Boys in the Hood. She nice, man. You gotta give your respects. Okay, what y'all think? Jada Pinkett, number 4, not Jada Pinkett Smith, Jada Pinkett. Let's go number 3.
Number 3.
Oh yeah, my girl Lisa Left Eye Lopez. Lopez, not Jennifer Lopez, Lisa Left Eye Lopez. Yes, from TLC. You see the picture right there. She was like a hood fine. Like one of your backpack shorties. You know what I mean? Was cut school with type shit. That's who she always reminded me of. Loved the music. Loved her more. And you know, R.I.P. Miss Lisa Left Eye Lopez. Tragically lost her life early, but she gets some love here. Let's go to number 2.
Number 2.
Tatiana Ali. I mean, look at that picture. Good God. Like, yes, the girl Ashley from Fresh Prince. That's her. Tatiana Ali. You know, we all watch Fresh Prince, man. I used to, God, dog. Yeah. She was like that, still like that, and again, you know, that's why she comes in at number 2. Some, you know, you still keep it, and you had it back then, and guess what? You know what I'm saying? It's good to know. It's good to know. But not number 1. There could only be one number 1. Let's get to it.
Number 1.
Yes, Miss 1 in a Million, her motherfucking self, Aaliyah. My number 1 crush of all time. I love fucking Aaliyah. I love her music. I love her style. Her voice. Yeah. Miss Aaliyah from Brooklyn. 1 in a Million. That was her album, and that's who she is on my list. Number 1, Aaliyah. Where'd I mess up at, fellas? How did I do?
Man. Number 1, Aaliyah. When I rest her soul when she passed. I'm telling you, I bawled.
Yeah.
And
I don't cry when celebrities die, but a few of them, I kind of, it hit me a little different. Like Aaliyah, Kobe, I was like, yeah, oof, I don't like this.
She was it, and it hurts even more for me because my love died a year later. Actually, Aaliyah died August 25th. My love died August 7th the following year. So it's like August. That time frame is just so much mixed emotions, other things. But yeah, you know, Aaliyah. Yeah, I mean, you know, she's much younger than me. So
I will say this way, Topanga, I was really gonna put her on the list. I should have made an honorable mention, but she was like low key, bro. She was one of my from Boy Meets World. That's the same one we talk about, right? Yes. That yeah. Yep. Good one, man.
So but yeah, I will say this about Jada Pinkett.
He said Betty White. Betty White was old. Betty White was old sexy though, right?
Yes.
Because she was old when I seen her, she started out old. She's like she never got young. She never was young and went old. She was old and kept getting old.
I remember her when she was younger. Yeah. So her, but with Jada, like you were talking about Tupac, right? And this is the picture I always remember of Jada. It's when Piccolo, Tupac, who played Piccolo on A Different World, came to campus with the crew and everything, and he was clowning her boyfriend and everything. And then there's that one scene where she's walking up the scene and she turns and like, you stop looking, Piccolo, but I can't look. But you looking and she's walking out, and even on TV, you like, God damn, she fine. So I understand what you mean by when you say she was fine, because yes. And I remember those pants, and they had the stripes, and they curved just right on the hips. Yeah, I'm being very detailed. Yeah, that's the point.
And then the way she wore, like she had the braids in one movie, and she had the little short haircut. Like she used to switch her styles up, man.
Exactly. So yeah, your list was on point, man. I get you. I mean, they're much younger.
Don't sleep on Rachel True. Go look at Rachel True is bad.
Her and
right now.
Her and Essence Atkins on that show. Oh my gosh, they were two fine sisters on that show. Yes. So I'm with you, bro. I got you. You
up, bro?
Yeah. So I'm ready to go. So, of course, I did mine from my time frame, my teen years. Okay, so that's late 70s into the early 80s, just so you guys have a general idea where I'm working from. So, but yes, that's where I'm coming from, because I'm the old head. So, coming in at number 5.
Number 5.
Good Times, Man Penny, Janet Jackson, cute, the cheeks, the dimples, that episode. I mean, when she had the crush on JJ, but she was just so cute with it, just running around. She and I are the same age, literally. Yes, I had you talking about a crush? Oh, yes. That's why when she came on the show, I was just in heaven. I was in heaven. There's more reasons why I was in heaven, but yes, she was just the epitome. I was just like, oh, I gotta meet her because she's gonna be my wife. That's how much of a crush I had on her. So yes, there you have it. Coming in at number 5, Janet Jackson, Penny on Good Times. Coming in at number 4.
Number 4.
And this is the other reason why. This is the other. Thelma? Bernadette Stennis? Thelma? Come on, man. Every brother I know during the Good Times era loved Thelma. Everyone loved her. It didn't matter who. You loved her. It didn't matter your race, yet who you were. You wanted her. Yes. So Thelma was just it, and her sassiness, especially with JJ, but you know, she was just fine. She was another main reason why Good Times was Good Times. So there you have it. Coming in at number 3.
Number 3.
Don't mess with me, man. Do not mess with me. The original Charlie Angels first, with Farrah Fawcett in here. But then you had 2 other blondes that came in. But it was, and they were action-packed and running all over the place, whether they're in bikinis or tight jeans or whatever the case may be. Yeah, I'm sitting in front of my TV like this. As a youngster. Yeah, I love me some Charlie's Angels, man. And they put it together, man. They were well put together, man. Kate Smith, oh my gosh, man. Yes, she was it, man. So, coming in at number 2.
Number 2.
and this was hard for me to make her number 2, because when I was in high school, when I first heard "Saving All My Love for You," and Whitney Houston was singing, and then she has this little wrinkle that crinkles up in the bridge of her nose that just gets me going. It's just like, yes. And she could sing on top of it. I mean, she could throw down, sing on top of it. Oh, hell yes. Oh, hell yes. And I was in high school, and I found out she was from Newark, New Jersey. Oh, hell yes. And later years, when she married Bobby, oh my God, did it hurt? Did it hurt? I'm sorry, baby girl. I love you. Please don't be mad at me. I know we had to fight about it, but yes, I said it, man. Whitney, when I was in high school, yes, Lord, she was it for me, man. And it was hard because my number 1, show me the number 1.
Number 1.
Miss Coffee, Pam fucking Grier. Don't dare mess with me with this, man. Yes, Pam Grier had it going on. Man, she was so fine in whatever movie it was, man. I mean, I was just like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, she's just so gorgeous. And the afro was just so natural and beauty. And look at that. Look at there to the left. That red shirt with the cutoff. It's like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. No, what are you doing to me? Yes, Pam Grier. She was just, and she was a bad mama. Shut your mouth. Yes, I went there with it. She was just that bad. So there you have it. So those are my top 5. And you know how I do. I always give you some honorable mentions. So go ahead, bring that up, man. Sade. Like I said, she could sing. Stephanie Mills, another singer, and Miss Lena Horne. Please don't mess with me. I'm telling you, go back and look at her back in the days. I'm telling you, when you look at her, you're like, oh my gosh, she is drop dead gorgeous. So there you have it. That's my list. All right, bro. What's up?
Yeah, you was cooking. I seen Pam, I seen Foxy Brown. So,
yes,
shit.
Exactly. Miss Coffee. Yes. What did I say? Every brother was like back in the day. Yes.
Yeah.
And she was still going. She was still going decades later.
I'm glad you showed some of the older sisters because I love them too. They was just older. They was past my generation. Whitney, we all love Whitney. Janet Jackson still bad. Like, come on now.
And Thelma from Good Times and
Charlie's Angels, man. Yeah, like Blaze said, Fawcett.
Yeah, Farrah Fawcett for sure. Exactly. There's that one picture that you had of her in the bathing suit that every brother had, or every dude had up on their wall. Yes. Farrah Fawcett back in the day. So yes, you can definitely dig it. Yup. Yeah, any and all of them. Yup. Bro, I'm with you. See, exactly.
Yeah. So, yes. All right, let's bring Pat in. Pat, man, what you got for us, man?
Coach, God dang, Coach, that motherfucker Bernadette Stannis.
You see?
Oh my God. Yes. She was fine on Good Times.
Yes.
But as she got older, she kept getting thicker and thicker and thicker. I said, damn. And then when I heard her speak, I was like, yeah, that's a wife. Seriously. She got a very good attitude. I love your list too, NYG with Aaliyah. She's definitely up there. Yeah, that was actually sad too when she passed away. Pam Grier got to be one of the baddest that's ever done in the game.
That's why this
woman has 4 decades of men.
Yes,
that's her first. You know how bad you gotta be to go through 4 decades? That woman was bad from like 20 to 60.
She all time bad.
Yeah. But some of the ones that I will include, shout out to Blaze, because Blaze on my level. Topanga, a Boy Meets World.
Yeah.
That
She's an honorable mention. Her, you can't forget about, people like Nia Long.
I was getting ready to say Nia Long.
Vanessa Williams. You know what I'm saying?
Yep, Vanessa Williams. She was bad for a long time. I'm gonna tell you a couple of characters that weren't the main characters on the show. You know the girl off the Parenthood?
Oh yes, with Robin Townsend's show.
Regan Gomez or something.
Regan Gomez. Yes.
Remember Myra from
Myra.
Family Matters.
See, y'all
she was gonna be on my list too. She was going
Myra
on my
was bad.
mention list. I was waffling, yo.
Here's the whole thing. That's why
Myra was bad.
That's why I couldn't put them on my list, because this was teenage crushes. So it's like I was in a teenage with them. So
yo, I'm gonna tell you another one that was bad. Shout out to Blaze, Kim Fields off
Tootie,
yes.
And Erica Alexander, the one that played the chick that was always doing that Kyle. She was bad.
Maxine Shaw,
one of the baddest before she went crazy with whatever disorder she had.
In the house.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
She, when I say perfectly chocolate,
yes,
perfectly chocolate.
Yes.
And the girl that was on Belly.
Terrell Hicks. Remember,
Terrell Hicks.
There with my vocal. Yes.
Bad.
Yes.
Man, this show can go on forever because there's a bunch of bad ones that was out there. And a lot of them weren't main characters like Jennifer Lopez. Now, I'm not worried about them, man. You can have them. Only main character ones I was really feeling like that was Halle Berry, because her face card was never going to be declined.
I don't think I was going to put Halle Berry up there, but I think like that's on everybody's list.
Yeah, she's one of those ones that was fine for decades. You know what I'm saying? But there's some bad ones on some shows that wasn't the main character, like Pam on Martin was way better than Gina.
Pat like them dogs, he like them.
Yeah, that's my flavor. I like them chocolate flavor.
You see my flavor. I got Jada Pickett, Aaliyah.
Yeah, you like butter pecan. You know what I'm saying?
You see mine. I don't discriminate. I like them all.
Yeah.
I
don't
all.
either.
Shit, man.
I don't either. But yeah, we all got a type, whether you believe it.
No,
yeah, whether you want to admit it or not, you got a certain type. Even if it's in different colors, you got a certain type.
You do.
No, I don't.
You do.
Coach.
You don't see it, but you do.
Coach. All these women on here, except for the white women off Charlie's Angels, and even one of them was thick. Most of these chicks that you picked was thick besides Whitney Houston, and that's because her face card was like Halle Berry, a 12. Whitney Houston was skinny, but her face card was amazing.
Okay.
Like there wasn't
You're
a
talking about
on that woman.
See, that's the thing.
Sade was thick. Stephanie Mills was thick. Lena Horne, she was mid, but other than that, thick. All of them.
Okay,
I'm telling
that's
you.
how you look at it. If I was to sit here and bring
every human being has a type. You don't. It might be the smallest details. I'm telling you, bro. This is real shit.
Here's my type. Then it's about eyes. I will give you that.
Okay.
I will. Yeah.
Most
you have like
have
hazel eyes, and the shape of your eye. Yeah, it draws me in. I'll give you that.
Yeah, we can bring them up. Look at her eyes. Eyes.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Seductive. You have to be seductive.
Look at her eyes.
Yes, I get it. I get it.
She looking at your soul.
Man, Bernadette, when she got to about when I saw her, she was about 38 to 40. I said, "Oh my god!"
But yeah, man.
Yeah. So yeah, if that's what you're
nothing
doing,
wrong with this list, man. These lists are amazing. I love the culture part. Love it.
If you want, but but big ones with little ones, I don't care. Yup, I'll go there. He said I'm a breast man.
I'm a breast man.
I mean, to a degree, I'm a hind part man, even though Whitney
Yeah,
don't have
me
none.
too.
So, but yeah, I will say that.
But
That's
it's not all about that.
yeah. So, but yeah,
We all have
I'm a breast man.
You know, your wife and your girl, your wife might not have all your preferences. You still love
No.
it, but we all do have preferences.
And like NYG called me quick. That chocolate, there's something about that chocolate, brother. I don't know what it is.
well, all I'm gonna
too, man. But you
say,
know, I got my little.
we'll talk off. We'll talk off camera, Pat. We'll talk off.
Yeah, I don't want to get in trouble. You know what I'm saying? I always get in trouble. Yeah.
All right, let me get
back to the dungeon.
Let's get back to it. We're gonna get into Coach's Corner here. Dope segment, dope show. Love chopping it up, man. But let's go ahead and get to Coach's Corner. I know you got something lined up for us, Coach. So I'll let you go ahead and get to it.
Appreciate it. Here with another Coach's Corner. So ready to get into it. So let's just get into it. Starting with the first one. So it's going to start with the ladies, as I always do. With the Liberty, you know, coming after losing 4 games in a row. They've won 2 in a row by 1 point each, though. First against Dallas in Dallas, the Dallas Wings, and that was on Monday. And then tonight against Chicago in Brooklyn. Now, on Monday, New York, you know, they were led by Breanna Stewart with 33 points, 13 rebounds, and 8 assists, and Sabrina Ionescu, 21 points. 12 of those were in overtime, and she was 5 for 5 in overtime. So tonight, Sabrina led New York with 29 points and some much-needed, timely three-pointers that helped get New York back into the game, and Stewie with 20 points and 9 rebounds. In both of the games, there were key players who also contributed to help out the 2 Liberty Stars. Monday, it was actually Marie Fathal. She had a career high of in points and assists with 10. And then tonight, it was Jonquel Jones, 14 points, 10 rebounds. And most importantly, what I've been screaming about all season in reference to her is her post presence. She was down there battling with, you know, Chicago's bids like Carmilla Cardoza, Azare Stevenson. But one of the biggest things she was doing, which is what I have been saying that they need to do, is she was drawing a lot of fouls because Chicago has bigs. They have a plethora of bigs, and she was drawing fouls. She contributed to helping out, foul out Azare Stevenson. Cardoza ended up with 5 fouls. So and they need to play like that. They need to be better. And, you know, they've been dealing with a lot of injuries right now. Even Maureen Johannes has been out. She went out the last game with an injury. So the Liberty now sit at 15 and 12 on the season, 7th in the standings. We're headed to the All-Star break. So Stewie and Jonquel will be going to the All-Star game. Starts on Friday with the All-Star Weekend kickoff, where you have the skill set and then the 3-point contest. Also of note, Breanna Stewart passed Courtney Vandersloot with 436 for 10th most assists in franchise history. And she also recorded her 1,000th career assist, becoming the fastest player in WNBA history to reach 6,000 points, 2,500 rebounds, and 1,000 assists in 317 games. So congratulations to her for that. I'm going to move on to St. John's basketball. Head coach Rick Pitino made an addition to the roster for the upcoming season, welcoming Z. Sumbor Moranka to St. John's. He's a 6'10" forward from Hungary. He most recently suited up for Hamburg Towers, a club that competes in the basketball Bundesliga, the top tier of the sport in Germany. Z, and this is a quote from Coach, Z is a knockdown shooter and a terrific passer. At 6'10", he brings great length to our team. So on the international stage, Moranka, he has been called up to the Hungarian senior national team on 3 separate occasions, beginning in 2021. Most recently, Haranka was a mainstay for Hungary in its attempt to qualify for the 2027 FIBA World Cup, averaging 10.5 points and 3.5 rebounds over 4 games. He scored 17 on 6 of 9 shooting in a narrow loss to France on February 27th. In Hungary's most recent game, an 85-70 win over Belgium, on July 6th, Moranka tallied 13 points and 5 boards. He will round out the Red Storm's roster as it's retooled and reloaded following a trip to the Sweet 16 and the NCAA tournament. And let's not forget, the Johnny swept the Big East regular season and the tournament titles for the second year, with the eclipsing the 30-win mark for the second time in as many tries. So there you have it. I'm going to move on to Syracuse, talk a little bit of the basketball. They'll host Colgate, the program they're most familiar with, on Tuesday, December 8th in Syracuse. It'll be the 177 contest between the two schools on the hardwood. Syracuse has a 129-47 advantage in the all-time series with the Raiders. The two teams first met on January 15th, 1902. The Orange built a 54-game winning streak versus Colgate, but the Raiders ended that in 2021 and then won in 2023. Syracuse has won the last 2 encounters, including a 74-72 decision in 24-25. Syracuse is also scheduled to face Lafayette on Saturday, November 21st, 2026 in Syracuse. They won the previous 9 meetings versus the Leopards. The two teams first met in 1957 in the NCAA tournament, where the Syracuse won 75-71. The last 5 matchups have been held in Syracuse, with the most recent in 2021, which Syracuse won 97-93. So there you have it. I'm going to close out with Rutgers, Little Rutgers news. Rutgers men's basketball has been recognized for its work in the classroom, earning a 2025-26 NABC Team Academic Excellence Award, the National Association of Basketball Coaches announced. In addition, senior Tariq Francis was named to the 2025-26 NABC Honors Court for his individual academic achievement last season. The NABC Team Academic Excellence recognizes programs that completed last year's academic year with a cumulative team grade point average of 3.0 or higher. Rutgers was one of more than 400 programs nationally spanning all levels of college basketball to earn the distinction. As for Francis, he's a health administration major and was one of more than 2,300 student athletes nationwide named to the NABC Honors Court, which honors juniors, seniors, and graduate seniors men's basketball players who finished the academic year with a cumulative GPA of 3.2 or higher. The NABC's academic award are presented annually to teams and individuals from all levels of college basketball. Additionally, Steve Pikiell, head basketball coach, announced that the signing of Mervetti Mateo, a 6'10", 260-pound forward center from the Democratic Republic of Congo, continuing the program's push to build size and international depth. Mateo joins the front court Pikiell has been retooling with size and experience this offseason following the additions of Slovenian forward Martin Tonejic and Italian forward Diego Garavalea. Matteo becomes the latest piece in Rutgers' growing global recruiting footprint under Pico, who has emphasized length, versatility, and pro-level experience as priorities for the program moving forward. So there you have it. That's what I have for you today in Coach's Corner. So I'm done. Just bring it back to you, NYG.
All right, man. Good stuff, Coach, man. As always, in Coach's Corner. How do you feel about St. John's coming into this next season?
I'm sorry, go ahead, finish what you're saying.
Nah, because they did have a good season last year. And you know, what Patino's doing over there and building that, help build that program back up. You know, I like seeing what I see, man. But you're tapped into it a little bit more than me. So, what's your thoughts on them coming up here in this next season?
You know, if they gel, I think they're going to have another good program, and they're going to be right there competing in the Big East with UConn and all the other top teams in the Big East. And then, you know, can they push it and make a push in the NCAAs? But Patino seems to be doing a very good job identifying the right talent to bring in to the program, develop them, and then let them help the program grow. So I also think they're getting an influx of good money for NIL purposes. So because let's not forget, right now NIL is a reason to help you recruiting nowadays going forward. So
that NIL going crazy right now.
Yes. So, and kids are, like I said earlier, kids are realizing we don't gotta go pro. We can stay, you know, in college and we can make money. So, you know, as long as you don't do something crazy like whatchamacallit from Texas Tech. So that's a different story. But you know, but like you were just talking about in hockey, the kid from the Devils went to Boston College. Like I said, it's probably going to be because of NIL. You know, so and the money in NIL is there and it's coming in, is going to keep growing. I'm sorry, you know, some people don't understand, but you know, look at college football. The money is there. And, you know, if the NCAA does not, this is a different topic, but if the NCAA doesn't do what it needs to do and get its act together, they're going to lose the SEC and the Big Ten. And if you lose that, then guess what that means? You're going to lose money because the TV money is going to follow those two leagues. So,
and once they break away from the NCAA, they can kind of become like their own little league and shit. Yeah.
Yes.
So you're gonna start seeing college leagues turn more professional now because the rule book will open up. See, the NCAA got all these restrictions and shit.
Exactly.
And I think that's what it is, you know. But I've always been pro NIL. I've always been one of the people that's been saying that these college kids should be getting played because you're using them, you're exploiting them, you're using their talents, you're using their likenesses and all this different things like that. So you need to give them something, you know. You don't got to make them rich, but you can give them something. Look, and then so I've always been pro NIL. But
fans will go and buy the players' jerseys back in the day before NIL, and their kids got nothing. Nothing for it.
See what I'm saying?
And you know, but the school and the conferences and the NCAA was capitalizing. No, like you said, and everybody was. There's certain people, not everyone, were saying, "Oh, well, you're getting an education. That you're going to leave school with no."
Yeah, don't get me started on that education shit. But
come on, you know, look. Whatever, you know, the point is, the business is there are kids that go to college and they're walking out with student loans out the wazoo, you know, and they're taking years to pay this back. So I get what you're saying in terms of the athletes, but back then, you know, if you're telling me $100,000 was justifiable, but yet and still they're bringing in, you know, $10-50 million, to me, that doesn't make sense. That's just straight up slavery. That's just straight up slavery. That's what it boils down to. So I'm glad NIL is here. The people who don't like it, oh well, then don't watch college sports.
Yeah, too bad. Too freaking bad. But all right, we're gonna wrap it up, man. Pat, come back in. Tell us what we left out in today's show, brother.
I don't think you guys really left out anything today. I think you guys were on point. You talk about the trade deadline with baseball, the training camp battles. You talked about the defense and offense with both teams. One thing you did leave out is the safety battle. I truly believe there's going to be a safety battle over there with the New York Giants. I think Darius Washington is going to tell himself that, hey, look, I deserve some playing time, and that is Harbaugh's boy. He brought him over for a reason.
True.
Tyler Newman is going to have to get on this game, or he may be on the bench because Jason Pinnock is there too, and he's definitely a Harbaugh type safety. So you're going to see. Did he play in that box and get his angles correct without giving up huge gains? We'll see. But other than that, that's about the only thing I can say you guys missed.
Cool. All right, well, that will put a bow on 134. And we'll be back next week for 135. Also, check us out on Giants Conversation. Check Coach out on Courtside View in the W, as well as the halftime coaching adjustment, and the Read and Attack show. And Big Pat will be coming back with New York Giants full access here coming up this season. And you can catch us also on New York Giants Conversations. Pat, that's a wrap, man. Take us out, brother.
All right. Thank y'all for watching, man. This has been Heart of the City 134. Hit that like and subscribe button for us, man. And hit that membership button. If you're not a member of the Aboriginal Sports Network, man, $2.99. That is the price that helps us get to events that you want to see us at, like the Senior Bowl and like maybe the Super Bowl or the NFL draft. You never know, but your support always helps. But until the next episode,
go copy one of these hats, man.
Oh,
y'all
yeah,
see that?
definitely go copy our merch, the Aboriginal Sports Network merch, man. Got that shop, man. We're gonna get that out there to you guys. That hat is very dope. Comes in all colors as well. And get your shirts, hoodies, jogging pants. It's all in the shop, man. You'll see. But thank you guys for watching. And we out, man. Peace.
Peace.